K Black Boxing, coming to you another video. Man, shout out to the brothers and sisters in the LDBC. Shout out to our supporters. Shout out to the individuals that comment in our comment sections. And shout out to our affiliates. Shout out to the people that have love for us. Even the people that have hate for us is love at the end of the day. Man, I did a wonderful live stream with my brothers yesterday, man. Our hangout, man, was lit as always. Every time I get the opportunity to do a hangout with my brothers, man, you know, I'm always enlightened, you know, to hear their point of view of a situation, man. We talk about an array of topics, man. The fighter of the year, trainer of the year, and many different other topics, man. We have brothers like Southside Boxing 601, Trap House Boxing, Ashy Knuckles, 78 Sports TV, Blood Boxing, Coach Sheldon Harrison, man. My brother Ticket TV is as well as myself, man. Coach Sheldon Harrison as well, man. We you know, we lit that thing up, man. It was a phenomenal, like I said, phenomenal hangout, man. And that particular hangout is on 78 Sports TV channel, by the way, man. And subscribe to all my brothers that I just mentioned, man. If you not subscribed to these guys, I don't know what the hell you smoking, man. You know, I know majority of the people already subscribe to these guys, man. But if you're not subscribed to these guys anyway, this is what it is, man. Shout out to the whole LDBC, but I can't say that more. I can't say that more than enough, man. I got to continue to say that. But anyway, I actually mentioned this particular bout between Devon Alexander and Victor Ortiz. It's on BoxingScene.com. It's on BoxingScene.com right now. But I first actually got the information from Boxing Ego, man. Shout out to him as well. I'm the type of individual I give props to where it's due. You know, they on that particular when I said on BoxingScene.com, they said that Fight Hype was the first to mention it, but I heard it on Ego's channel first. You know, so shout out to that brother. Anyway, man, I truly believe it could be a good bout, man. This could be a good bout, man. It's like crossroad fights for the both of them, man. Both of these guys coming off victories. I seen Devon Alexander last victory. He looked decent, man. This is the first time I seen him in 2 years. It's the first time I seen him that good in I don't know how long. You know, so he definitely looked good in the fight. Victor Ortiz, I didn't see Victor Ortiz last fight. Last time I seen Victor Ortiz, I think he was getting knocked out by Andre Berto. That's the last time I seen him fight, man. So, but anyway, they said he fought this past summer and had a victory, knocked the guy out. I don't even know who he fought. But anyway, both these guys, man, are past title holders. You know, Victor Ortiz had the title at 147, WBC title. Devon Alexander, Victor Ortiz beat Andre Berto, by the way, to gain that title. Devon Alexander had title reigns in 2 different divisions, at 140 as well as 147. He beat Randall Bailey at 147 to get the IBF strap, and he beat Junior Witter. I think that's for a vacant title for the WBC strap. He beat Junior Witter at 140 to gain the WBC strap, and then he unified with Juan Urango. He knocked Juan Urango out to gain the IBF strap, man. So both these guys are ex-title holders, man, and like I said, it's a bit of a crossroad fight for the both of them, man. If you look at their record, you'll see that in the previous fights they have lost more than they have won. So that's why I'm saying. But Devon Alexander is back, you know, looking like the fighter of old, in my opinion. And Victor Ortiz, you know, he's still in there, man. A lot of, you know, before it was Earl Spence or even Sean Porter or Danny Garcia, even Keith Thurman, right? And I just mentioned those guys because there's the guys like the top welterweights right now. Before it was those guys, it was guys like Devon Alexander, it was guys like Victor Ortiz, believe it or not. You know, despite what his record entails, it's people like him as well as Timothy Bradley who was actually holding down the 140 and the 147 pound division. You know what I mean? And those guys had titles and everything, you know. And of course, a lot of things happened, man. With Devon Alexander, he lost to Timothy Bradley in unification bout, and you know, it kind of went like downhill. He had ups and downs. Then he started having way more downs. With Victor Ortiz, man, you know, he's a known quitter. You know, to be honest, man. You know, he headbutted Floyd, you know, getting knocked out in that bout. Then after that, it's like he just got on a knockout like losing streak, man. He got knocked out by fucking Jose Lopez. He had to stop that fight because he had a broken jaw. You know what I mean? He quit in the fight. He got stopped by Collazo, like he could have got up maybe, but he got stopped by Collazo. And, you know, getting knocked out by, you know, Andre Berto in the second, in that rematch. And, shit, man. He quit in the Marcos Maidana fight, too. Him and Marcos Maidana had a war, and he quit in that fight as well, man. You know, both these guys I think they only had one fighter in common, as is Marcos Maidana. And, you know, Devon Alexander from my hometown, by the way. So I like Devon Alexander. I know a lot of people dislike him, you know, for whatever case may be, man, but Devon Alexander's a good fighter, man. I'm glad that he's overcome this obstacle, man. He was addicted to, you know, to the drug that he was on, man. And I'm glad that he's actually overcome that obstacle and went to rehab. And, you know, he definitely looked like the fighter of old, like I've said, man. He's from my hometown, man. Devon Alexander fought Marcos Maidana, and to this day, I know Marcos Maidana's retired right now. He's the only fighter to beat Marcos Maidana in that form, did what he did, man. Marcos Maidana gave everybody hell, even Floyd, Adrian Brown, and Victor Ortiz, and everybody he's ever fought. Win, lose, or draw. But Devon Alexander was the only person who beat him every round, you know, convincingly. No ifs and buts. And I was actually there in attendance in that fight, man. When he beat Marcos Maidana. Matter of fact, after that fight, that's when he actually started getting addicted, because I think he took a headbutt in that fight, and headbutt to the nose, and he had to have like some type of surgery to his nose, and he actually got addicted to the drug that the doctor prescribed to him, man. But anyway, in that bout, actually, Adrian Broner was actually on the undercard of that fight, man. He fought Elio Perez, man. He knocked out Elio Perez early in that fight, man. I think that when he's still at 130, if I'm not mistaken. If it's 130 or 126. Anyway, be it as it may. But him and Devon Alexander was actually was victorious that night. You know, it was me and my lady at that fight, man. We had some good seats, man. We had a phenomenal time, man. You know, we had a phenomenal time. So I seen Devon fight, you know, live and stuff like that, man. And him, you know, and me being from the same hometown, man. Of course, I want the best for the guy. And I was like, I'm glad he's back. And this is the measuring stick. I'm going to be totally honest, man. If you can't beat Victor Ortiz, you know, I'm not going to. The fight is actually scheduled possibly for February 17th. But if a dude pull off, it's a measuring stick, man. If he can't get. This is a guy in Victor Ortiz who quit against multiple fighters, okay? Multiple fighters. Like, he got knocked down, like he could have got up, and he didn't get up. So this is a straight measuring stick. If you can't get past Victor Ortiz, it's time for you to hang it up, bro. I know you look good in your last fight, but if you can't get past Victor Ortiz, it's time to hang it up, man. You know, because if you get past him, maybe the sky's is the limit, you know, and maybe you can come back on the comeback trail. I mean, you never know. I know you say, you know, what guys like Errol Spence or even Keith Thurman have with what you don't have, and you wouldn't mind fighting either one of them. You know, so I know that if you get past Victor Ortiz, maybe have one more tough fight maybe, just to see where you at. Because Victor Ortiz is a heavy-handed fighter. He do have knockout power, but to Devon Alexander's, you know, his power is not, you know, he's not known as a knockout puncher. Not saying he can't knock a guy out, because a boxer, if you hit somebody the right way, you can get him out of there. Whoever thought Andre Ward would have stopped Sergey Kovalev? Nobody. So, yeah, man. You know, this fight right here, this is going to be a good fight, man. Like I said, both of these guys are ex-title holders, man. And, you know, maybe we'll see how it goes. This page like boxing. My phone's fucking ringing, man. I'm going to end this video. Like, comment, subscribe.